The story kicks off at a childhood birthday party, where a bunch of preteens are playing Spin the Bottle. Now, the rule is simple. If the bottle points to someone of the same gender, the spinner has to kiss them. When it's Stu's turn, his buddy Charlie gives him some quick tips on how to impress the girl he might land. But then Charlie takes a turn himself. He spins the bottle, desperately hoping it'll point toward the cute girl in the green dress. Instead, bad luck. It stops on Anisha, the goth girl. Anisha is thrilled though, because she actually likes Charlie. They both end up in a wardrobe where she starts teasing him. But Charlie isn't into it and keeps pushing her away. That rejection hits Anisha hard, and in a burst of anger, she curses him, saying that for the rest of his life, no woman will ever stay with him, because every girl he dates will end up marrying the next guy she meets after him. Ouch. Fast forward to the present day. Charlie has grown up to be a successful dentist, while his childhood friend Stu is now a plastic surgeon. Despite his career success, Charlie's love life is a mess. He tells Stu that he just broke up with his girlfriend, Carol, which leaves Stu scratching his head, because Carol was totally into him. We also see how different their careers turned out. Stu's clinic is swarming with attractive young women, while Charlie's patients are mostly elderly folks. Quite the contrast, right? Later that evening, Charlie and Stu attend the wedding of Charlie's ex-girlfriend, Katie. And here's the kicker. During the ceremony, Katie actually thanks Charlie for being her lucky charm. She claims that after breaking up with him, she immediately found her true love, and now she's happily married. Charlie is sitting around. A random woman next to him strikes up a conversation, and it looks like she's interested in him. But here's the thing. Charlie's attention is already glued to someone else. He spots a stunning woman named Cam Wexler, and as luck would have it, she takes the empty seat right beside him. They start chatting, and while she's beautiful, Cam is also adorably clumsy. Turns out she runs a penguin habitat. A little later, Charlie bumps into the bride of the wedding, and awkwardly, his ex-girlfriend Carol too. And guess what? Carol's already moved on with another guy. The very next day, Charlie gets the shock of his life when he walks into his dental clinic. Practically every patient is a young woman. While strolling with his buddy Stu, Charlie once again runs into Carol at a bridal shop. This time, she shows off her engagement ring. Carol even says out loud what Charlie's been dreading to hear, that he's some sort of lucky charm for women. That evening, Charlie comes home to an inbox flooded with voice notes from women who are all desperate to meet him. Meanwhile, Cam has her own little accident while feeding penguins. She slips, gets smacked by one of them, and ends up chipping her tooth. Ouch. Naturally, she calls Charlie for help. Charlie, who just so happens to be with another woman at the time, ditches everything and rushes to his clinic to fix Cam's tooth. He refuses her money, but cheekily asks her out to dinner instead. Cam, however, politely turns him down and walks away. But fate isn't done yet. Cam comes back soon after because her car won't start. Charlie tries to help, but she accidentally locks her keys inside the car. Left with no choice, she begs him to drive her home so she can grab the spare set. Once that's done, Charlie shoots his shot again and asks her to dinner. But Cam makes it clear she's just not ready for that. At least, not yet. When Charlie gets home, he's stunned to see his assistant, Reba, waiting for him. And guess what? She's desperate, literally begging him to sleep with her after reading about how he's supposedly this magical lucky charm for women. At first, Charlie refuses, but then, well, Reba jumps on him, and you know exactly where that goes. The next morning, his best buddy Stu is all hyped up, telling Charlie he should just accept the so-called gift and sleep with as many women as possible. Stu even convinces him that it's a good deed, since the women end up finding true love afterward. Charlie isn't that kind of guy, but eventually, he gives in. Soon enough, he's going through a string of hookups, and just like the rumors say, each woman he sleeps with finds her soulmate soon after. But here's the thing. Charlie doesn't feel great about it. He feels used, empty, and lonely. All these women just see him as some tool, not someone to love. So he decides to stop. But deep down, he's still thinking about Cam, the girl he truly cares for. Determined, Charlie gives it another shot and asks her out again. And this time, Cam finally agrees, but she makes it clear she only sees him as a friend. Still, they spend a magical night together at a festival, and when they finally share a kiss, it's obvious Cam is starting to fall for him too. The next day, they go out again, and this time Charlie feels brave enough to take her home. Things are going well, until Stu calls with big news. Every single woman Charlie slept with is now married. Panic hits him. If the curse is real, that means Cam could end up marrying someone else if he sleeps with her. Horrified, he pulls back from her. Confused and still unsure if this lucky charm curse is real, Charlie decides to run an experiment. He picks Eleanor, a woman Stu swears will never get married because of her looks. To test the theory, Charlie even pays her $1,000 to go out with him. Their dinner goes smoothly and they eventually sleep together. While waiting for the result, Charlie avoids Cam by pretending to be sick and asking for a long-distance relationship. After a week, Cam can't take it anymore. She feels like Charlie's ignoring her, and when she sends him pictures to cheer him up, he brushes her off. She's heartbroken. Then, Stu calls and claims the curse is fake, because after his so-called date with Eleanor, she's still not married. Relieved, Charlie races to Cam's place, and the two finally enjoy being together. But the next morning, Charlie gets the shock of his life. On TV, he sees Eleanor kissing another man. Turns out she's already found someone. Furious, Charlie calls Stu, only to find out the truth. Stu lied about going out with Eleanor. He never tested the curse at all. After realizing his weird good luck curse might ruin everything, Charlie becomes super overprotective of Cam. He showers her with flowers, gifts, and endless phone calls, basically acting like the clingiest boyfriend ever. But instead of feeling loved, Cam feels smothered. She's clearly uncomfortable with his strange behavior. One day, Charlie even shows up at her workplace ready to propose. But then he spots her with another guy named George. Jealousy kicks in instantly, and Charlie loses it, attacking George in front of everyone. The catch? George is just her hairdresser. This embarrassing outburst is the last straw for Cam, and she decides to break things off with Charlie. Heartbroken, Charlie doesn't know what to do. While talking with his friend Reba, he notices a spinning bottle and suddenly remembers the girl who originally cursed him, Anisha. Desperate for answers, he and Stu track her down after a long drive. But when Charlie begs her to lift the curse, Anisha drops the truth bomb. There was never any curse. It was all in his head. She tells him the hard truth, that sometimes love means letting go. Even then, Charlie refuses to give up. He sets up a meeting between Cam and Howard Blaine, a penguin expert she admires. Soon, Cam and Howard start bonding, and all Charlie can do is watch from the sidelines, trying to convince himself to let her go. But fate isn't done with him yet. While Charlie's lost in a penguin video game, Stu bursts in with big news. He's getting married to Lara. Lara actually knows Cam. She tells Charlie that Cam is planning to leave for Antarctica with Howard. That's when Stu, being a true friend, tells Charlie to fight for her if he really loves her. Fueled by determination, Charlie rushes to the airport and does something absolutely crazy. He buys tickets for both planes heading to Antarctica, spending a whopping $17,000. He races to the plane and finally pours his heart out to Cam, begging her not to leave. But here's the twist. Howard, the penguin guy, is already married. Cam never belonged with him. In a sweet, quirky gesture, Charlie hands her a ring box. But instead of a diamond, there's just a pebble inside, symbolizing something pure and real. Cam melts, and the two share a passionate kiss on the plane. Meanwhile, we cut back to Anisha, who quietly removes a pin from a voodoo doll of Charlie, showing that maybe, just maybe, the curse is finally lifted. Fast forward a year later, and the couple is living their dream in Antarctica, surrounded by penguins, happily together.